Happy, joy, football is back. There are those that said this day would never come.
Welcome to the DFS Rebel Week 1 grind, brought to you by BetAngle's Player Pick'em Contest, computer-generated sports betting picks, and sports research tools. Together, we will rise to the top. This is your boy David Dietrich, aka Double D. I'm here with my good buddy Robert Smith. They call him Twitch. Alright, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get into it.
Alright. NFL COVID season. This will be a weird year. There's teams that are placing veteran players on their practice squad. They're preparing for the COVID season. You should be preparing as well. Roger Goodell even came out and said it's possible not every team plays every single game. I'm looking at people's draft boards and they look like stud teams that they drafted. But it can all go away in 1 week. So make sure you have backup plans. Make sure you have handcuffs. But let's stop being negative. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the Thursday game slate. The Super Bowl champs, Kansas City versus Houston. Let's talk FanDuel real quick because they have that extra little thing in their Millie Maker, if that's the contest you choose to do, where you can get your share of $250K by rostering in the captain spot the player who scores the first touchdown of the year receiving or rushing. If you want your share, you're going to be splitting with a lot of people. So if you want to do multiple entries and get each player so you have every possible way to do it, that's fine. But if you don't do multiple entries and you still want to crack at your share, I would say get a little different from the chalk, which is going to be CEH, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, Filler. I'd rather take shots at guys like Stills, Cooks, Hardman, Robinson, even Fells. Last year, it was a tight end, Jimmy Graham, who caught the first touchdown of the year. So rostering Fells is a great GPP player at captain. If you don't care about that $250K and you're going straight for the million, Mahomes and Rodgers will be heavy in the captain spot, heavy chalk. And by the way, they also have a shot to get you that $250K because they can both rush for a touchdown. So now looking at both DK and FanDuels, I still like Fells as a utility spot or even captain because pairing him with the kicker is a great value and great salary. What do you think, Dave?
Well, as I dive into this slate, looking at this game, I'm looking at one play. My favorite play. I like to get different. If I'm choosing somebody, I like the running back for Houston, the newly acquired David Johnson. Listen, Kansas City didn't really improve on their defense. They were getting Ryan all over last year. So you know what? I think they're going to feature David Johnson in their first game. And don't you remember last year as they lost to the playoffs to the Chiefs? I think they want revenge, and I think David Johnson is a good way to future. He's gonna score, I believe, 2 touchdowns in this game.
All right,
with at least 4 receptions. So to answer your question, David Johnson is my top play.
All right, now it's time for Sunday, the big slate. I'm excited. I'm bringing the fire right off the bat. The sweet and spicy, the pepper steak, the General Tso's chicken. We're talking GPP. The first game in the slate. Actually, no. What game do you want to do first, Dave?
All right, let's start with the Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington football team. The Eagles are a 6.5 favorite. The over and under in the game is 44.5 points.
All right. Well, some people like to start from top and go to bottom. I'm starting with defenses first. I'm starting right there. So listen, what do I want to do first? Eagles. Let me do Eagles first. Okay, so the Eagles upgraded their secondary a little bit with Slay, with Robbie Coleman. They're going against a lackluster Washington offense. I'm also looking across in that same game, and I'm looking at Washington with 5 first-round defensive picks. You also got Landon Collins out there. I think both of them are solid Week 1 defenses. Eagles a little banged up. Wentz is a little banged up. Alshon Jeffrey is banged up.
Rager has a hamstring injury.
Right. Rager's out for a few games. So, again, both defenses very solid. But with all that being said with injuries, if I'm targeting anyone on the Eagles, it's going to be Deshaun Jackson. He had a great game 1 and only game he played.
Do you remember the first game last year?
Yep, and the only game he played.
Yes.
so Deshaun Jackson, both their tight ends and Sanders would be my only play, but I'm really not heavy on any of them. Looking across the field on Washington, You can take a shot at Gibson. He's so cheap. It's a great salary saver.
He's 4,600 on FanDuel.
I mean, I'm gonna have some shares, but I'm not super heavy. I'm not super heavy on this game at all, except for defenses. I love both these defenses. The Washington defense is like bare minimum. What's your thoughts on this game?
All right, so looking through this game, not so much interested in the offense. I agree with you with the defenses. Both defenses very solid. With the Washington Redskins, I do like Steven Sims at 5,100 on FanDuel. Listen, he has speed. He's a good complement to Terry McLaurin. McLaurin last year feasted on the Eagles secondary.
Yeah, I should have mentioned him. He's a target I might actually go.
But the Eagles did load up Darius Slay. He is a nice shutdown corner, so you might be looking at Terry McLaurin first week. So Steven Sims at 5,100 could be a nice play at that price.
Okay, all right. Is that your whole take on that game?
Yes, indeed. Let's go on to the next game. All right, next game. The New York Jets at the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are a 6-point favorite. The over and under is 40 points.
Okay, lock in Josh Allen. That's it. Next game? No, listen.
I mean, you're right. Yes, lock them in.
When the schedule came out, I was all over the Bills. I was on their defense. Adam Gase is the worst coach in the history of coaches. I will never play anyone he is coaching. I can't even make an argument for Perryman or for Mims on week 1. They're dealing with injuries right now. Crowder would be my favorite play on DK. He is a PPR master. Bell, I love Bell, but again, not with Gase there. Gase is just atrocious. I'd rather go Gore. Gore's there now. So I'm completely fading the Jets.
And he's going against his old team. He played for the Bills last year.
Right, but I'm completely
a little revenge.
Completely fading the Jets. The Bills, so juicy. Josh Allen is going to be clapping cheeks all game. This is all you're going to have.
You like his price, 7,900 on FanDuel?
All game, just like that, clapping cheeks. Yes, I love his price. I love everything about Josh Allen. Even if they said he's going to they limit his rushing a little bit. He's still going to rush. He's still going to throw touchdowns. And going into this season, he now finally has what I consider a wide receiver 1. Like, it was John Brown. Now it's Diggs. That is huge. It's huge for Josh Allen. So I'm all on the Josh Allen trade. I'm all on the Bills defense, even if it's chalky. Take your shots on Singletary. You take your shots on Zach Moss. It's going to be just an ass-clapping good time. What do you think?
All right, I'm all aboard on the Josh Allen call. Yes, he's going to feast on the Jets defense. The Jets defense is a little weak. They do got a lot of rookies. A lot of guys opted out this season. They're not looking too good on the defensive end. On the offensive end, Sam Darnold, I'm not a fan this week. Not against the Bills defense. Le'Veon Bell, he's 6,500 on FanDuel. That's okay for his price, but I don't know if he's motivated this year. Last year he didn't seem motivated at all. My dart throw, though, for the Jets would be Chris Herndon, 4,800, the tight end. Listen, the Jets have a lot of question marks on the wide receiver side. A lot of bodies might not play. Chris Herndon is healthy. I'm really high on him, and he's got a juicy price at 4,800. He's worth a dart throw if you punt in the tight end position. For the Bills, I like Josh Allen, like you said. Devin Singletary, good. Zach Moss, not sure what he's going to do the first week. John Brown, though, is a sneaky play. He is a speedster. He likes to go deep. Josh Allen has a powerful arm. He has one of the best arms in the league. He can throw the deep ball. John Brown's looking for 2 touchdowns this week. You got Diggs in his first game as the Bills. I think he's going to do all right. But my play is John Brown at 6,100 for FanDuel only.
All right. Like I said, ass-clapping good time.
There you go. All right, up next, the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions. The Lions are a 2.5 favorite. The over and under is 44. This might be a sleeper game.
Yeah, well, with the Lions, right off the bat, I'll talk about the three-headed monster they have at the running back. They did not pay and bring in the veteran AP for him to just mentor Swift. He is going to see carries. I actually see him getting pretty good week 1 because I know Swift is still nursing an injury. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to have shares of all 3. One of them is definitely going to have a good game. Besides for just the run game, I do like TJ Hawkinson. And if you go on the other side, Mr. Trubisky is the starter.
I love me some Trubisky. You know that.
I do not, but I do not like him. But you know what? I'm all over Allen Robinson. He's one of my favorite players. He's so good.
Yeah, he should eat definitely in this game.
And with David Montgomery out, I'm all over Tariq Cohen in PPR leagues and on DraftKings. Which the
Yes. On back to Terry Cohen. He is my absolute favorite play of the game. On DK, I believe he's a steal. 4,900 for Terry Cohen, and he's probably going to be the lead back on Chicago. David Montgomery, like Rob said before, he's out 2 to 4 weeks with a groin injury. All right, so besides Terry Cohen, my other play, I like Anthony Miller as a sleeper. You did say Allen Robinson. Obviously, he's going to eat. I like Anthony Miller a lot. I think he's a GPP play if you're in, those big tournaments. On the Lions side, I like Matthew Stafford. I don't like this week. The Bears' defense is really solid. They can pressure the quarterback. They can stop the pass. Kerryon Johnson, no. Pass. Swift, no. AP, he's old. Galladay, I like Galladay. Marvin Jones Jr., not so much. So if I was to pick anybody in the Lions, my favorite play would be Galladay.
all right. I know you're off AP, but I'm definitely on him. At least week 1.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on.
Up next, we got the LA Chargers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. The Chargers are a 3-point favorite, and the over and under is 43 points.
All right, I'm just going to start off with the Bengals. Let's talk about Burrow real quick. For his price, I feel he's not going to be like chalk, but he's going to be like medium chalkiness because people are going to think he's the next big thing, and at his price, he's rough the dot throw. I mean, I'll have some shares. I absolutely will. And then fresh off his new contract extension, and now that his mysterious migraines are gone, Joe Mixon isn't a great play here. Chargers actually have a sneaky good defense, but Mixon is very solid. We finally get to see AJ Greenback. I'm really hoping he lives up to expectations because I've been missing him. I do like him, so I want to see if he's healthy and he's ready to go. Definitely shake off that rust. Is he rough a dot throw? Yes, but I will not be on him. Looking across, definitely not a fan of Tyrod Taylor. I just don't think he's going to keep this offense going. I do like Austin Eckler in PPR leagues and in DK, but for his price, I do like other people that are around him, like Kamara and Jacobs. They're around the same price, and so I just prefer them over him. But I'm going to have some shots of them on DK. With Mike Williams possibly out, I'm all over Keenan Allen though for grabbing all the targets. What do you think?
All right, not so high in this game. Let's talk about the Chargers first. Tyrod Taylor, I'm passing on that. Austin Eckler in PPR leagues, lock him in. His backup, Justin Jackson, I'm not high on him. I think it's Austin Eckler all day. Keenan Allen is a good target. Mike Williams, if he's healthy, he can score you a couple touchdowns in touchdown-dependent leagues. Hunter Henry, another guy that's good in the red zone. I really like the Chargers' defense in this one. They did lose Darwin James, I believe, for the season.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's a big loss for them. But besides that, they do have one of the best cornerbacks in the league. They got, a solid cornerbacks over there to lock down A.J. Green, Tyler Boyd, the speedster John Ross. On the Bengals side, like I just said, those 3 receivers, I'm not really high on. The secondary on the Chargers is pretty good. Joe Mixon, if you want to throw him in there, I like him against the Chargers defense. They do like to blitz a lot, so if you catch him on the blitz, you run up the middle, you can gash him like that. Joe Burrow though, high prospect quarterback coming out this year. He's gonna have a solid season. I don't know if it's gonna be the first week, but in general, he's gonna have a good year. But besides that, I'm liking the Chargers in this one. Okay, on to the next game. The Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are a 9-point favorite. The over and under in the game is 48.5 points.
All right, very simple here. My favorite play is Andrews, Mark Andrews, right off the bat. He found the end zone.
I agree.
He found the end zone in both games last season, twice in the second game. So I'm locking him in. A lot of people are going to be on Chubb, and I'm a Chubb truther. I love him, but the Ravens defense.
I think his price on FanDuel is a little high, 7,500.
Yeah, for his price, I just don't like it against Baltimore.
On DK, 6,500. It's still a little pushing it though.
Well, I mean, he's a great player, but I just don't like him against Baltimore, and just they're stacked at that defensive line. And I had a couple people ask me about Lamar Jackson. Is he going to be as good as he was last year? Listen, he had an historic year last year. They don't call it historic because it happens every year. There's going to be regression.
The Browns do have a sneaky defense.
But listen, there's going to be regression, but that's not saying he can't. He might be that generational talent where he just does that every single year. It's just history shows that there is going to be regression. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to play him. I'm definitely going to have shares of Lamar Jackson. I absolutely love him week one. But like I said, my favorite play is Andrews. The Browns, I don't have too many favorite plays over there. I'm really big on Baker and OBJ this season, so I might take a swing at OBJ and hope for the best. What do you think?
Okay, this game I'm not really high on so much. Always lock in Lamar Jackson. He's always a automatic start. I do believe the Cleveland Browns defense is good. When it comes to the Ravens, Hollywood Brown, he's going to be going against Denzel Ward. I'm not liking that matchup at all. Mark Andrews is a lock for me. I believe they lost one of their, Hurst they lost in free agency?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's the only tight end over there now, or did they? I don't remember.
I forgot who they added, but no, he's the.
Yeah, he's a lock. Lamar Jackson is going to be looking his way a lot. With the Cleveland Browns, Kareem Hunt, I feel like if the Browns fall behind, they'll be looking his way a lot. Chubb last year did have some good games, not really high on him. OBJ, let's talk about OBJ for a little bit. I think OBJ is going to have a good bounce back year. I don't know if it starts week one, but I'm really high on him this year. I'm not really looking his way this week. Jarvis Landry is always a solid play. I think the Browns are going to be playing from behind. They're going to be passing a lot, so if I was going to play anybody in the Browns, it would be Kareem Hunt, Landry maybe, and then on the Ravens, lock in Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews.
Nah, I like that.
All right, we got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Colts are a 7-point favorite, and the over and under is 45.5.
All right, I'll start off on the Jaguars. I absolutely love Minshew. They're going to be playing from behind.
I love Minshew as well.
They're going to be playing from behind, so there is a lot of garbage time production from Gardner Minshew. He's going to be throwing to DJ Chalk. Sneaky play might be Tyler Eifert for that tight end. PPR leagues, you might look at Chris Thompson for week one. Even though I think it's Devin Ozigbo will be taking the lead. I'm not on him at all.
Not.
But DJ Chalk, Gardner Minshew, that rookie, what's his name? I can't remember off the top of my head. Sano might also be very sneaky.
Laviska Shenault.
Yes, he'll be very sneaky. So I do love all that garbage time points that is going to be produced by Gardner Minshew. So I'm locking him in a lot of my lineups. Switching over to the Colts, Phillip Rivers is a solid play. People want to discredit him. He's good. He's going to be throwing tons of production to T.Y. Hilton. Michael Pittman is great. With Trey Burton, I think he's out. He's injured, so I don't know if he's playing week one. But if he's out, I'm in love with Jack Doyle. Phillip Rivers loves the tight end. Jack Doyle is going to be the workhorse for Phillip Rivers. And as for the running backs, you're going to have to take your pick on Marlon Mack or the rookie Jonathan Taylor. You don't know who's going to get the workload in this one. What do you think?
All right, I'm not high on this game. This is more of a sleeper game. I'm not really looking into too much. On the Colts side, we got Phillip Rivers. He got a new team. He is going to be throwing the ball a lot to his tight ends and number one receiver T.Y. Hilton. I like T.Y. Hilton this season. He's going to get a lot of targets. Michael Pittman Jr. I'm high on, the rookie. The running game on the Colts, not so much. Marlon Mack, Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is talented. I think later on in the season he will take over the lead role over Marlon Mack. But Marlon Mack's more of a bruiser. He'll get you those goal line carries. With the Jaguars, Minshew all day. I like Minshew this year. I think he's going to be a top 10 fantasy quarterback. But besides him, I don't like anybody in this matchup. The Colts do have a good pass defense. DJ Chark, D.D. Westbrook, I do like a little bit, but I'm not going to be on them this week. The Jaguars' defense is trash. So I just think the Colts are just going to run all over these guys, and I think they're going to win the game by easily. So my play of the day would probably be just T.Y. Hill and maybe whoever's on the running backs on the Colts. Next game, the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Carolina Panthers. The Raiders are a 2-point favorite, actually. 47 is the over and under.
All right, so the Raiders are my favorite team, so I'm trying not to be biased on this one. But Josh Jacobs is a must-play for me. He's such reasonably priced for what a stud he is. He was going in the second round in drafts. I think he had 20 catches. I think he's going to do like 50 catches this year. He's going to be PPR awesome. He's going to be that main offense. He's a lock. Besides for that, Tyrell Williams is out. So we get to see what their first pick of the draft, Henry Ruggs, is capable of. Henry Ruggs, 38% of his catches resulted in 15-plus yards or more, which is the, I believe it's like the college, it's like the highest rate in college. He is one of the fastest wide receivers in football. I'm all over Ruggs. I'm all over Josh Jacobs. Derek Carr, I'm probably not going to be playing, but he's one of the best completion quarterbacks in the NFL, at least last season. So I don't see any problem with him getting the ball to Ruggs, to Jacobs, and to Brian Edwards. If you want to take some Brandon Edwards, I'm sorry. If you want to take your shots at Brandon Edwards, he's also a great GP play. You got Waller out there, also great. Especially all those guys are great in DK. Looking across the field at the Carolina Panthers, it's Christian McCaffrey, and that's where it ends. That's the entire offense. Even though he is the highest priced running back on the slate, most people are just going to lock him in. I mean, because I would do it too. I think he's actually valued more than what his price is, and he's going to get higher priced as the season goes on. So if this is going to be his lowest price, I'm locking him in, and I'll build around him. Like I said, there was plenty of plays in this whole slate that you can lock in by choosing somebody like Christian McCaffrey. So I have no problem going Christian McCaffrey and Jacobs and just stacking this run game in all my entries. Not all my entries, but it's at least going to be 50% of my entries will have those two in it. The only other play I'd like on the Panthers would be DJ Moore, but I'm not going to be totally on him. I do like the Raiders more on this. I think it's insulting that only like a 2-point favorite to win. They should win by a touchdown or two. What's your thoughts?
All right, I'm not really a fan of this game, honestly. Both sides don't have any defense, really. On the Raiders side, Derek Carr looks good. I think he can do pretty good against his weak secondary on the Carolina Panthers. Josh Jacobs obviously is a must play. You already mentioned Henry Ruggs, the rookie. I think they're gonna feature him in the first week to show everybody off why they chose him in the first round over guys like Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb and all those guys. So I think they're gonna feature him, all right, because he has speed and he's gonna have a solid, productive season. Waller, absolutely, I'm on board on him. I actually like a dart throw at Nelson Aguilar. I think he's the third receiver on the Raiders. He was a good prospect not too long ago. I don't know what happened to him over the years. He drops a lot of passes, but I don't mind him. On the Panthers, Teddy Bridgewater, mediocre play. I'm not really a fan of him. He's more of a game manager more than a quarterback. McCaffrey is definitely going to be eaten in this game. He is the offense of the Carolina Panthers. DJ Moore, I'm not sure about DJ Moore because Teddy Bridgewater is now the quarterback. He doesn't look to throw the ball down the field as much. He's more of a game manager, like I said. Curtis Samuel, solid play. Not really high on the receivers this year because the Panthers do have Teddy Bridgewater. I don't like his arm strength isn't as good as Cam Newton's is. As I said before, Ian Thomas though. Let's talk about Ian Thomas for a second.
Okay, so you want to talk about the tight end on the Carolina McCaffrey. So let's go.
Left. Ian Thomas is being overlooked in all drafts. And in all my fantasy leagues that I joined this year, he is a free agent. I've been eyeing him. They let Greg Olsen go, and he is now the starting tight end for the Carolina Panthers. And now remember I said Teddy Bridgewater is a game manager?
Yep.
He throws it to his running backs and his tight ends. So if you want, like I think I did say before, Chris Herndon is a dart throw at tight end. I actually do like Ian Thomas better than Chris Herndon. I think in this game, the Raiders, I want to say they definitely don't guard the tight end as well. So I think Ian Thomas is my favorite play in the Carolina Panthers. Play him.
Yeah. But you do think the Raiders are going to take this game over the Carolina Mcafee?
Oh, yeah. I do like the Raiders winning this game. I'm not a fan of the Panthers this year. They're not a good team at all.
All
right, we got the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are a 3-point favorite. The over and under is 46.5.
All right. I know the Packers lost Blake Martinez, and they brought in Kristen Kirksey to fill that void. I'm not really convinced that solves any issues. I'm kind of off the Packers in a whole.
Yeah, I'm not high on them either this week.
They lost Jimmy Graham and Geronimo Allison, which was like 22% of their targets last season. So obviously Lazard is going to take a lot of those.
They didn't draft no help for Aaron Rodgers in the draft.
So Devontae Adams is always in play. Lazard is going to be a good GPP target. I'm not really on them at all. But across the field on the Vikings, I said in the last episode about Dalvin Cook, so I'm completely on Dalvin Cook. You'll notice a trend here. It looks like I'm paying up at running back this week and paying down everything else. But yeah, Dalvin Cook is my lock. I love Dalvin Cook this season.
Me too. I love him this week as well.
That was my bold prediction that he's going to be a number one fantasy producer. If I was going to talk to anybody else on the Vikings, I do like Thielen's interesting because he hasn't proved himself to be a good wide receiver one when Diggs was injured. Justin Jefferson is there now, and if Justin Jefferson can take away some of the coverage from Thielen can be great again. Otherwise, Justin Jefferson might just be a great target as well. I think Justin Jefferson is going to be kind of sneaky. I think he is going to prove himself right away to be a great addition to that offense. What do you think?
All right, so we got our classic NFC North division battle between the Packers and Vikings. It's always a good game between the two. You got Kirk Cousins versus Aaron Rodgers. You got Dalvin Cook for Aaron Jones. We got studs on studs all around here. On the Packers side, I'm not liking the receivers on the side. Devontae Adams is always a good play. But besides him, Alan Lazard is a GPP play if you want to play him. I'm not liking the weapons this year for the Packers, honestly.
So is Scantling. Scantling's GPP.
Yeah, I'm not too high on him, though. They have that, like I said, they drafted A.J. Dillon, a running back, which I have no idea why, because they have Aaron Jones, they got Jamal Williams. They just got a three-headed monster right now at running back. So it's Aaron Rodgers, it's Devontae Adams, and that's all you play in the Packers. On the Vikings, Dalvin Cook all the way. He's a stud, absolutely matchup proof. Just lock him in. Adam Thielen, let's see if he can prove that he can be a number one receiver. They did draft Justin Jefferson to plug the hole for Diggs. He left in free agency. Or no, it's my fault. He got traded. The defense on the Vikings is pretty solid. They did lose one of their stud cornerbacks, Xavier Rhodes. He went to the Indianapolis Colts. So I think you can throw on the Vikings. They don't have a good pass defense, but their rush defense is stout. They have great guys in the front right there. So, Aaron Jones is gonna have a little hard time running the ball. But like I said, on the Packers, you play Aaron Rodgers. On the Vikings, Dalvin Cook. That's all I'm playing. All right, we got the Miami Dolphins versus the New England Patriots. The Patriots are a 6.5 favorite. The over and under is 43.
All right, we got to see our first look of Cam Newton in the Patriots uniform. We also now know that Fitzpatrick is the starting quarterback at least week one of the Dolphins. The only plays I'm looking at on the Patriots is Edelman and N'Keal Harry. On the Dolphins, Devontae Parker is a fantastic play, even though the Patriots corners are elite. Gesicki is also a really good play from the Dolphins. I need to see what the Dolphins are made of before I really play a lot of them. What do you think?
All right, so on the Dolphins side, Ryan Fitzpatrick, the quarterback, not on him this week. He's going against an elite Patriots defense, definitely in the pass game. On the defensive side, the Patriots definitely are great against the pass. But you definitely can run on them. The Dolphins do have Matt Breida, Jordan Howard on as running backs. I think they're going to be a nice 1-2 combo. The Patriots are vulnerable against the run, as we remember last year. A lot of guys left in free agency, and then a lot of guys opted out this season. So the Patriots' defense is not looking as good as they were last year, but their pass defense is elite. They do got Stephen Gilmore, and then they got the McCourty brothers as well. On the Patriots, Cam Newton, like you said, first game as a New England Patriot. Bill Belichick, see how he does with his new weapon. Not sure what they have in store for Cam Newton this year. I think they're actually going to run the ball a lot.
Cam Newton's worth a shot just because he wants to show off.
Yeah, and like I said, the Patriots, I'm not really high on this week. I like their defense. Julian Edelman, like you said. Not high on the running backs, James White and Sonny Michel. Nah, I'm off them. But yeah, my player of the week is probably the Patriots defense. I'm not liking too much of this game.
I'm going to kill Harry as my GPP.
Okay. All right. We got a juicy one now. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are a 3.5 favorite. The over and under is a big one, 49.5 points.
I've actually been waiting to talk about this one. Let's talk about Brady real quick. People keep saying he has a noodle arm. I don't believe it. Is his arm as good as it was? No, but it's still good enough. He's a professional. Mike Evans is the tallest receiver Tom Brady has had since Randy Moss, not counting Gronk at tight end. And you saw the chemistry he had with Moss. Not saying Evans has is the same caliber player as Randy Moss, but you're gonna see the connection they have together. Godwin's still there. So I actually do like Brady. Even though Brady doesn't have great history against Lattimore on the Saints, I think he has enough places to throw the ball to Ronald Jones, to Fournette, to Godwin, to Gronk, to Evans, where I think Brady is going to really have high production. I'm all over Brady. I'm all over Evans. Those are my two targets on that. Across the field, you already know Breeze, the Hall of Famer, and Michael Thomas have unbelievable chemistry and production. Both of them are big-time plays. Kamara is okay. I'm not on Kamara. Like I said, there's other running backs I like over him, like Cook, Jacobs. But Kamara's a solid play. Jared Cook's a solid play at tight end. They picked up Sanders, who also might have a really nice role in this offense. And Drew Brees his accuracy is gonna get whoever's out there is getting the ball. He's getting the ball to them. So I'm all over Brees. I'm all over Brady. What are you thinking?
Yeah, this is a juicy one. There's going to be a lot of offense going to be scored today in this game. Let's talk about the Buccaneers first. You got the legend Tom Brady. I'm very interested to see how he's going to do on a new team. We're just used to him being on Bill Belichick's side. We're used to them stealing plays, cheating all this, cheating that. But now he's on a new team. I want to see what the real Tom Brady does. So
you could tell he's a Patriots fan.
Yeah, but I do like him in this matchup. Of course, Evans, Gronk, Godwin, they're studs. Brady does have probably one of his best targets of his career. Besides that one season when he had Randy Moss, they're looking to put up points. Not high on their running game in this game. Ronald Jones is the starter, I believe. They signed Leonard Fournette. The Bucs do have a good defense. They are stout against the run. On the other side, the Saints, Alvin Kamara might have a little hard time running the ball, but PPR leagues, he's going to catch a lot of passes. Drew Brees does throw him a lot of passes. I know last year the Bucs had one of the worst pass defenses in the league, so Michael Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders all day, Jared Cook, lock them all in. There's going to be points scored all over the board. I can't wait to watch this one.
Juicy.
All right, next up, we got the Sunday night game, the Dallas Cowboys versus the LA Rams. The Cowboys are a 2.5 favorite. Over and under is 52 points.
All right. Even though my extreme detest for the Cowboys, I have to admit that Dak Prescott is going to be an absolute stud this year. He has way too many weapons. CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, Cooper, Jarwin, Zeke. It's going to be...
I agree.
He is definitely one of my main quarterbacks I will be using. If you're doing the slate way, it's Thursday through Monday. Otherwise, my single game, he's going to be my captain. He's he's going to have so many chances to score touchdowns. Not to mention they now have the new coach, Mcafee, who likes to throw the ball in the end zone, when last year they preferred to run the ball in the end zone. So I see a big year for Dak. I see a big game for Dak. It's hard to pair him up with just one receiver. He has too many. So you really need to use multiple entries in order to have your shares of every one. If you have to choose just one, just go to tight end. Take Jarwin. That's the safe bet. Zeke, always in play. Across the field, looking at the Rams, Jerry Goff, he needs a bounce back season. Last year was embarrassing. I do love the pickup of Cam Akers. I'm not the only one. He's been highly talked about for the last couple months. He's taken over for Gurley. They still have a terrible offensive line, though. One of the worst. It's trash. But he should have production. I'm taking a shot at Cam Akers. There's no reason not to. He's cheap, and he should be productive. He's going to be in my GPP lineups. I'm definitely not on golf. Even though it's hard to say that I'm not going to be on golf, because I do see Woods and Cooper Kupp both having, getting their targets. So if they're getting targets, that means golf is doing good too. But I do like Woods more on PPR. He gets a lot of targets, a lot of production. They have two really good tight ends in Higbee and Everett. I think Everett is the better tight end. He's just a better athlete. Higbee was definitely doing his thing at the end of last year, but I think Everett is going to take back over this year. So I'm going to play a little bit Everett in some of my lines.
All right, so yeah, the Dallas Cowboys are going to be explosive this year. They have weapons. Dak Prescott is gonna kill it this year. In this game, I think he's gonna have a good game. They do have Jalen Ramsey on the other side. He's gonna be matching up probably against Amari Cooper. So I might be off of Amari Cooper this week, but look for Gallup, Lamb, Jarwin. Look for Ezekiel Elliott to get some catches out the backfield like he always does. I think Ezekiel Elliott's looking at a big game. They have Aaron Donald on the other side, but they're going to be looking to go running around on whatever side Aaron Donald's not in. On the Rams, Jared Goff, you're right. He needs a backup. He needs a bounce back season. Yeah, thank you. He was awful last year. I do blame a lot of it on the offensive line. They do have one of the worst in the league. Besides that, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. They should have a good game this game because I think they're gonna be playing from behind. I like the Cowboys in this one. I'm surprised they're only a 2.5 favorite. I really like them in this one. I'm not high on the Rams this year. I think Goff will have a bounce back year, but I'm not really high on the Rams in this game. If my plays are on the Cowboys, they're gonna score some points. Play Elliott, play Lamb, play Gallup, play Jarwin.
The two game stack is definitely gonna be a lot of Cowboys. There's gonna be a lot of Saints, a lot of Tampa Bay, and Rams. Those are the games that's going to be stacked the most.
All right, our next game is the Seattle Seahawks at the Atlanta Falcons. The Seahawks are a 1.5 favorite. The over and under is 49 points.
All right, yeah. I actually love this game on both sides.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of points on the board in this game.
Yeah, I'm going to talk right off the bat with Gurley and his bum knee. Listen. If you're going to use Gurley at all, it's week 1 because this is when he's going to be at his healthiest. And the Seahawks are very generous against runners. They've been very generous with Gurley. Last season, I think he averaged around 20 points against them. And now he's running behind a better offensive line. And he's going to be, like I said, at his healthiest week 1. So I'm all over Gurley, especially for his price week 1.
You think Matt Ryan's gonna be looking his way? You think he's gonna catch a lot of passes this year?
He can definitely catch some passes. I like him in both. I like him in FanDuels and DraftKings. I think he did good against them last year when he was running behind that poor excuse for an offensive line on the Rams. I think he's gonna be great.
I like Gurley on DK. His price is 6,100 in the PPR league.
All right. Other plays on the Falcons I like. Hooper had around 18 points last season. He's gone. And now you have Hayden Hurst, who the Falcons have.
I know you're high on him. You've been talking about him.
Yeah, everyone's been talking about him. People said he's a sleeper, but so many people on him that he's not really a sleeper anymore. The Falcons said he just brings more more speed, more agility to the team. And if that's true, then he should just be a better Hooper. And if Hooper had such a great game against the Seahawks, I don't see why Hayden Hurst ruined. Especially with the Seahawks picking up Jamal Adams in that big trade.
They did lose Clowney, just remember.
Yeah. But with Jamal Adams gone, with Jamal Adams on the team now, he's going to be guarding Julio, and so I'm actually getting off of Julio, and I love Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst is my main play on the Falcons, along with Gurley.
Okay.
Ridley is a solid option too. There's nothing wrong with Ridley. I'm just not on him as much as I am Hayden Hurst and Gurley. They're both. Everyone's such a good price on week 1. You could fit whatever you want. Looking across the field at the Seahawks, you can throw on the Falcons. You can run on the Falcons. Russell Wilson averaged around 16 points last year against them. In his whole career, he averages around 20 fantasy points. Carson, he averaged around 15 last season against them. So, with the Seahawks, everybody. I love DK Metcalf. Lockett.
Yeah, I love DK Metcalf.
Lockett, Carson. I would load up and I would stack. I would actually stack Seahawks in this game. What do you think?
All right, so like I said before, I'm loading up on the offense on both sides. Both teams are going to put up points. Both defenses, in my eyes, are pretty. They're okay. Seattle is probably better than Atlanta. On the Seahawks side, I do like Russell Wilson. You can't go wrong with him. DJ Metcalf, TJ Lockett. Remember, Josh Gordon, they just signed Josh Gordon back, so he's another weapon for Russell Wilson. Chris Carson,
I have to double check. I'm not sure if Gordon is actually suspended for the first game. But yeah, I'm not looking his way anyway.
Okay.
If he plays way.
Yeah, back to Chris Carson. He is the starter. They did sign Carlos Hyde. Rashard Penny is hurt. Not so high on the running backs, but I think Russell Wilson is going to eat. He's going to feast on the Atlanta Falcons secondary. The Falcons side, I love Matt Ryan. Todd Gurley, like you said, is a good play. Julio Jones, but my favorite play of the game is Calvin Ridley.
All right. So we're a little different there. Like I said, with them getting Jamal Adams, I just don't like Matt Ryan as much, even though he's Mr. Consistent. But even if you use Ridley and Gurley, and then you go across and you stack up that Seahawks offense, you're still looking at a really good point production.
Yeah, I just like Ridley's prices. He's looking really good on both sites. But my play is Stephen Ridley. I think he's the play of the game.
Calvin Ridley?
Yep.
Got it.
Lock him in.
Cool.
All right. On to the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are a 7.5 favorite. The over and under is 47 points.
All right. Here, both quarterbacks on play for me. I love both of them. Jimmy G averaged around 30 points against them last year.
Jimmy Grapes.
Yep. Jimbo himself. Murray averaged around 24 points against them. I think Murray's going to be even better now that he has Hopkins. I know Mr. Short Stuff can't see over the line, but all he has to do is throw the ball as far as he can in Hopkins' direction, and Hopkins will take it in. I'm not really on Drake. 49ers are good against the run. I know Drake is still good for PPR purposes, but I'm just not on him. So Murray, Hopkins on my plays. Across the field on the 49ers, George Kittle is my favorite tight end. And I think he's just great in this game. Also, if Deebo Samuel is out, I'm taking a shot at Trent Taylor. That's my GPP play. If Deebo plays, I am taking a shot at Brandon Ayuk. I love Brandon Ayuk. I think he's a great fit here. Last year, Kendrick Bourne was Jimmy Grape's #1 target in the red zone. I think that's going to be Brandon Ayuk this year. Brandon Ayuk has one of the longest spans in the NFL. You just throw in his vicinity in the end zone, and he's catching it. He's bringing it in. So those are my main targets on the 49ers side. Not really on any of the running backs, but what about you?
All right. Looking at the game, I am favoring the 49ers side. I like the running game. I like Raheem Mostert and Tevin Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Cardinals defense is weak on the running back side. They can't stop the run.
Do you have any issues with McKinnon stealing any touches?
Nah, I'm not really high on him this week. It is week 1. They do have the other 2 running backs, as I said, in front of him. He is a dart throw, absolutely. George Kittle, obviously you can't forget about him, the tight end.
I think I'm more brittle than McKinnon, too.
Yeah, that guy can't stay healthy to save his life. He has the talent, he has the speed, but every year he gets hurt, and it's the same story every year. So I'm off him this week. The 49ers defense is a great play. I am high on them this week. I'm not really liking the Cardinals right now. Kyle Murray is going to have a great season. I don't like him week 1. Kenyon Drake, he's going to have a great season, but I don't like him against the 49ers defense. They did pick up DeAndre Hopkins. You can always throw in some DeAndre Hopkins. He's a stud. The Cardinals got away with murder with that trade. Always can throw a dart at old man Larry Fitz, future Hall of Famer. But besides that, I'm not really liking the Cardinals. I'm really high on the 49ers. They're the favorite. And I'm gonna be targeting the 49ers. All right, last but not least, we got the 2 Monday night games. We got the New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are a 5-point favorite, and the over and under is 47.5 points.
I am all over the Pittsburgh Steelers, even though I am a Giants fan. My bold prediction was that Big Ben was going to be a top 3 fantasy quarterback in week 1, and that's because the Giants secondary is absolute trash. I actually think they have a trash man out there somewhere guarding people. I think a homeless man. I don't know who they have out in the secondary, but it's not good. Big Ben is throwing to Juju. He's throwing to Deontay Johnson. He's throwing to Claypool. He's going to throw to Ebron a lot in the end zone. I'm locking all of them in. All of them, especially in single games. It's just going to be like the kicker from the Giants, and it'll be Ebron, Claypool. I'm all in on Big Ben. I love Ebron. If I'm going to take anyone from the Giants, it's obviously going to be Barkley, and I'm pretty big on Evan Ingram as well on the Giants. But yeah, pretty easy for me on that one. You like anybody?
Yes, I'm staying away from the Giants. My favorite play of the game is Big Ben. Listen, he's just he's gonna throw all over the Giants. The Giants don't have any good cornerbacks. Their defense is just trash. Play Big Ben. He is back. Yeah. He's gonna kill it. Just play Big Ben.
He's back. And he's talking like it's the first time in history that he hasn't had pain that he had in like the last few years. So I'm excited to see it. Let's go.
All right, we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are a 1-point favorite, and the over/under is 41 points. All right, so this is the last game of the week. It's the second Monday night game.
I'm also going to warn all of you right now, Denver is Dave's favorite team, and he is doing this segment with probably the biggest hard on in his pants.
Absolutely. I'm a diehard Denver Bronco fan. I've been a fan since '93. I'm just can't wait for the season to start. I'm really high on this year on the Denver Broncos. I know the hype is out there. Everybody's saying the Denver Broncos are going to be a sleeper team. I agree. We have a lot of weapons for Drew Lock this year. We drafted Jerry Jeudy, who I think is a stud. I think he's going to be the best rookie receiver this year. We got Cortland Sutton, who's a future superstar in the league. We got Noah Fant, one of the fastest tight ends in the league. We got an improved defense. We got Bradley Chubb coming back. We got Von Miller, who's motivated to get the Broncos sack record. We got A.J. Boye from the Jaguars. We got Kareem Jackson. We got Simmons at center.
The excitement in your voice.
At safety. We are locked and
Why
loaded.
couldn't you be this excited for the whole podcast? Jesus Christ.
Yes, the Denver Broncos. I'm high on them. I'm playing Drew Lock in this game. I know the Tennessee Titans. They got a weak pass defense. Their secondary is not too good. I'm targeting Cortland Sutton. I'm targeting Jerry Jeudy, and I didn't mention we got Melvin Gordon now. I think a great pickup on our part. Phillip Lindsay, he's a great running back. He has a lot of speed. I think they have a good 1-2 punch with Melvin Gordon and Phillip Lindsay. We did steal the Titans' defensive tackle, Gerald Casey. He's going to be motivated to play against his old team. I really like the Denver Broncos on this side. On the Tennessee Titans, Ryan Tannehill just got paid. I'm not high on him this year. Derrick Henry, though, obviously you always got to throw some Derrick Henry in there. He just got paid as well. He got big bucks. A.J. Brown is going against A.J. Boye. It's a good matchup. We'll see if A.J. Brown is ready to bring in this year. The sleeper pick on the Titans side is their tight end, Juno Smith. If there's a weakness on the Broncos, they can't guard the tight end. I think Juno Smith is probably one of the top 5 tight ends this week, playable against the Broncos defense. For some reason they just can't guard the tight end. What do you think?
Well, same thing as Dak Prescott. I'm all in on Drew Lock. He has so many targets. He's going to put up all that production. Drew Lock, Mr. Buzz Lightyear himself. And then across the field, Juno Smith, like you said, it is the sleeper pick. So yes, I'm all over Drew Lock and Juno Smith on this slate. Okay, that just about does it for the first episode of The Grind. We want to make this better, so we want to hear from you. We want to put out the content that you guys want to hear. So give us a shout out. We want you guys to join the rebellion. Give us a follow on Twitter, DFS Rebels. We have a Facebook page. We're going to have a YouTube channel, a Spotify, and iTunes. Follow us. We're going to be putting out content all the time. I'm going to put out more content probably tomorrow, right before the Thursday slate, about more of my GPP plays, cash plays, prop bets. That's it, guys. We out.